What's up, everybody out there in the Frontline universe? I'm Chris, and you're here with me once again to do another Dark Avenger haul. We got the books, which the pile just keeps looking better and better. This is the kind of pile I'm used to when it comes to comics. We got a couple extras, something that came out this week that we got, and a few things from a couple of family members, which we will get into as we show them. But before we get into this week's books, I just want to really quickly mention, as you guys know, Michael and I put out the question, would you guys like to see a previews video? We mentioned it on multiple shows. Everybody that we mentioned it to thought it would be great. Dark Avenger Live, I mentioned it, and everybody in the comments said we should do it. Unfortunately, though, at the beginning of this week, I was sick. And then as I was getting better towards the middle of this week, Michael got sick. And he's been sick up until today, or yesterday when we did Dark Avenger Live, and the comic book review right here on Comic Frontline Live. So next week, unfortunately, not for this announcement, but unfortunately for the previous video, previews for the month of January 2017 will be coming out. So Michael and I decided with previews for January literally coming out next week, we're going to take the video and wait till we get the next previews book, which will have the books that come out in January. New Year's worth of books, very beginning of the new year. Perfect way to start the previews series is with the very beginning of 2017's books. So the video is not canceled. It's just delayed until the end of the month, beginning of November. As soon as we get the previews book, we'll find time, we'll record the video, and then in December we'll probably try a live show and so on until we figure out what kind of way we wish to attack the previews video. But we will be doing it. We just decided it's too late to do it now with everything coming out for January and talks already all around us with January. But that's next year's books. Let's focus on this year, more specifically this week's books, which we got a nice amount of. And we're going to start this off with Dead No More, The Clone Conspiracy, issue number 1. This is connecting with Amazing Spider-Man. Michael and I got both issue 1 and 2 physically. And this says something. After issue 2, we decided to move to a digital format because we have no clue where this series is going. And I believe all the Clone Conspiracy parts are $5. So we don't know where we're going. If Amazing Spider-Man and Clone Conspiracy prove me wrong and they're going really well, we will add it back to DCBS, and for the month of December, and I guess for the month of December and January, we'll have to get them from Midtown Comics, which, by the way, that's why this video is a night late, by the way. We have some extra books that we ordered from Midtown, which, of course, they never made it here on time. So you'll be seeing some of the physical books that we got for this week that we bought from Midtown in the review, which will hopefully be at the beginning of this week. And any extra books that did not come out this week, we'll add to next week's haul. So we got Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, issue number 3. I'm 50-50 with this book. I got to see where this first storyline is going. I love Batgirl, the schnoz in this book. Again, I have to see where this first arc goes before I decide whether I'm going to drop it, move it to a digital pile, etc., etc. All-Star Batman, issue number 3. I think after this first story arc, I will know whether I want to continue All-Star Batman physically or digitally. But honestly, after the first couple of issues, it's swaying more towards the digital side. We'll have to wait and see. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 6. I'm really excited to pick this up because I'm really excited to see Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns back together, facing off against the Sinestro Corps. Or will the Green Lantern Corps have a little bit of a vendetta against Hal Jordan? We'll have to wait and find out. Gotham Academy, second semester, issue number 2. I'm loving the second semester. I have to go back at some point. There are 2 books from DC Comics, 2 series that I have to trade paperback. Gotham Academy, the first semester, and Injustice, every single one of the years. I believe the first 2 years are out in full trade paperback. At some point we'll get them, maybe next year, not this year, but definitely want to do those. Got the Flash, issue number 8, which is the finale to the first story arc. We'll see where we are with the Flash come January. All books we'll be getting physically from DC up until January. After that, we will be picking and choosing what stays physical, what goes digital, and what we're dropping completely. Doom Patrol, issue number 2. Now, with Young Animals, I will be switching them to Midtown orders because in December, there are connecting covers for all the Young Animal books. I'll be grabbing those, but I'm letting you guys know that more than likely, Doom Patrol, out of all of these books, might be the only book that stays in a physical format, at least after December going into the new year, just because from what I've read so far, and it's just Doom Patrol and Shade, things are very psychedelic. There's still other books before I make that full 100% determination, but it's looking that way. And especially with Wildstorm coming back at some point, I want to leave some open room for us to start, to try out all of the number ones that come out of Wildstorm. And Young Animals are enjoyable, but at the same time, they're a little psychedelic at the same time. Sonic the Hedgehog 287. This is the final part to Panic in the Sky, which is ripping off a Superman event that happened. But what can you do? I mean, really, Superman didn't own the title, but this is funny. Punisher issue number 6. One of the few books that Michael gets physically from Marvel right now. Which, by the way, we are getting a few physical books, at least from Marvel again, which is great. We got Red Hood and the Outlaws issue number 3. I'm kicking the table. I'm going to stop that. Supergirl, issue number 2, Supergirl versus Cyborg Superman, a.k.a. her dad, which in the pre-New 52 universe, that was not Cyborg Superman. One thing I kind of hope they keep is that factor if and when they decide to, if they go back to the old DC universe, which I doubt they're going to fully do. I like the thought of having him, but I want Hank Hansel, which we did see in Superman Lois and Clark. He does have that gem from space, so he potentially could become Cyborg Superman again, and then get his memories back, if anything. It would be really cool to have 2 Cyborg Supermans. Just my opinion. I mean, we'll see where it goes. Suicide Squad, issue number 4, still fighting off against Zod and the people that have Phantom Zone tech. New Superman, issue number 4. This series is a very interesting series. I gotta see where it goes before I could 100% make my determination, but... Then we got Wonder Woman issue 8, which is before Cheetah there was Dr. Barbara Ann Minerva. So we're gonna see Cheetah before she becomes Cheetah. But we all saw in the recent issue of Wonder Woman issue 7 that she became normal again. Will it stay that way? I don't know. Superwoman issue number 3, which is why I'm really glad about one thing with this book. Starting with this book, actually, the variant, which is by Terry Dodson, which I do have a Terry Dodson issue number 1 up here. They switched the covers starting next month. The cover A is to Lana, Superwoman. But the cover B for this issue is another Terry Dodson cover B. And it has Lana as Superwoman. And I'm thinking of moving Spider-Man somewhere else and putting Lana next to Lois on the wall. So stay tuned for whenever that book decides to make it here from Midtown Comics. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 63 gearing towards issue 70. Boy, oh boy. Lots going on with TMNT. You got Batman Detective Comics 942. Thank you, Lord. The final part to the Monster Men. Please tell me it's the final part. I need to know. Please say the end. That's all I want to see. I don't want to look at the picture. I just want to see the words the end. Come back in 2 weeks with Detective Comics, the beginning of Victim Syndicate. Good. It's the end. So at least this is over with. It started as an average story and then it just started to... So... Got Deathstroke issue number 4. And finally, Action Comics 965 Lois Lane returning to the Daily Planet. Interesting stuff. Also out this week, for those of you fans of Nintendo Power back in the day or fans of this comic strip, Viz Media made Super Mario Adventures. They took all the comic strips and basically put them in a gigantic blown up size book, and this book, to scale it with a comic book, is a bit bigger, so the pages are blown up, and it goes all the way through till Wario. Actually, Wario is on the last page, to be kind of funny and honest. He's part of the last story arc before the comic, I guess, ended. Really cool stuff, really great artwork. Mike and I, you guys know, we're big Mario Brother fans, so we had to get this. Had to. Just one of those things. 2 things from our family. One is a book which my sister-in-law got me into, and it's called Saltire, and this is issue number 2. You guys know in a haul video I did a couple of weeks ago, I had Saltire, the first story, second story I got book 1. She got me book 2. She's keeping me up to date with the current ongoing story. I will be catching up. I will probably be doing a comic book corner on the first book as soon as I finish reading it instead of the individual issues. I'll stick issue 1 into a Dark Avenger comic book review for the second story arc, and then this book will catch up as soon as I catch up on everything else that's been going on. But with this book, Also came a card, a postcard kind of deal, postcard advertisement, where it says that issue 2 is out now. I guess if you went to a convention, this is something you'd see on a table that you could pick up for free. And then it came with something really cool, which is a Saltire actual poster, which is really, really nice. I thought that was really cool. You guys know how I am with posters, so I thought that was awesome. So now, I gotta say one thing about these last 2 items. It's awesome to have an older brother who likes the game just like we do, because any games he finishes, he always asks us if we want them next. So he had 2 games. One game is from his collection. One game he just finished playing. One game from his collection is Knack for the PlayStation 4, and this is a game Cindy actually was interested in when we first bought the PS4. And when he mentioned he was gonna, he wanted to know if we wanted it or he was gonna get rid of it, I said absolutely. And Cindy was very happy when she heard that. And what Michael and I are happy about is he just finished and sent us Deadpool. Finally, we wanted this since PlayStation 4, Xbox 360. Not only do we now have it, but we have it with all of the DLC in one game, because the PS4 version has all the DLC mixed in, to my knowledge. Includes all the DLC, 2 suite levels, 2 alternate suits. So, has both DLCs in there, and that is really awesome. And it's great to have gaming in the family, as well as music, and art, and writing, and everything else. So anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. We got a lot of stuff here, got a lot of reading to do, so look forward to the review, hopefully at the beginning, the latest middle of the week, definitely not the end of the week this time. Michael and I should be good by the beginning of the week. Till then, guys, as always, Comic Frontline, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you're not subscribed, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. This way we're in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single video, because we have videos coming up each and every day. Every day. Each and every day. And very soon there will be exclusive game streaming on Frontline Gaming Zone. So if you haven't subscribed to Frontline Gaming Zone yet, you might want to consider doing that as well. And if you want even more Comic Frontline goodness, go over to comicfrontline.com for even more Frontline goodness. Till next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next video.